Yeah.
I'll message
Yeah, like
what's his face?
we can. I'm fine with waiting for a while, but I just kind of want to get that going, so I don't forget or anything, because I know I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot to juggle. I feel like today, but I've got a lot of tentacles, so I think I can handle it.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think that with the Paper Mario games, what I really liked was they had like a DS version of it. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it was like Mario and Luigi though. It wasn't.
It was
Yeah.
Paper Mario. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain it was a Paper Mario DS game.
Well, do you remember Baby Mario and Baby Luigi teaming up with Mario and Luigi?
Yeah, I do.
That was a Mario. I don't think it was Paper. I think it was Mario and Luigi, and it had a very similar like mechanics and style. But I'll have to look it up. It's not Paper Mario and Paper Luigi.
No, maybe not. Yeah, there's a Nintendo 3DS's. There's a Paper Mario that I'm seeing. Could have sworn that there was another one. Maybe I'm crazy though.
Yeah, I think it was just Mario and Luigi. The art style. I'll take a picture. It looks very similar.
Put it in the Discord.
Yeah, I just threw it down.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's the game I'm thinking about. You're right. That wasn't, I guess, a Paper Mario. I thought that one had a really good humor in it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I mean, Luigi's pretty cool.
I mean, I also think the DS they did some pretty cool stuff with it for back in the day.
Yeah, the one inside builder was funny.
Yeah. Like there was a Zelda game that I remember for the DS, or one of them, that I really liked how they used the stylus for like doing the attacks. It, like blew my mind at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And now like saying that, like, oh, this stylus attack was revolutionary, it sounds so absurd, but like, man, back then.
Yeah, I just found one called in 2015 they released one called Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I don't know what that means, but there's like Paper Mario behind Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, no, that's too late. Yeah, because I'm thinking back in like 2008, 2006 maybe, I don't know.
Apparently Paper Bowser and other Bowser team up.
Well, if anybody shows up in chat and you want a job, you could do some research for us. Yeah, I don't have anyone yet, so we'll see.
How do I find out if people liked it?
Well, you could look at reviews. Mm-hmm. So, Lev, what other games do you play?
I play a lot. Right now I'm playing Player Billions again. Trying
Yeah.
to get past the fourth map on max difficulty. That was such a bitch. Yeah, playing MOBA with a friend, Hero of the Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, but the one we could agree on.
Yeah.
Yeah, some stuff just every now and so often, but right now I started playing Lost Ark with a friend. Got myself a 3-day free version of a VPN and playing it on the Russian one.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, checking that one out for a while. And then a lot of stuff I used to play a lot, but just not active right now.
Yeah.
Total War series.
Oh,
Warhammer
yeah.
1 right now.
Oh, the
Just
Warhammer
playing a
one?
lot. Yeah, I was playing those two a lot. I played a lot of Path of Exile, but currently I'm stuck at the problem of it just being too repetitive to make a new character every so often, because they just all start to feel somewhat the same when you play too much.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for the version 2. They are bringing then completely new storyline for leveling progression and some big reworks and a lot of new stuff, so that one will be nice. Obviously Diablo 4 when it will come out, and it will be a Blizzard game, not an Activision one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the Total War series. I know that Winsley does too.
Yeah, I played Medieval 2 back in the days a lot.
Yeah, Medieval 2, man. That game.
They should bring a Medieval 3 already.
Medieval 2 was, I remember that game particularly being like so much micromanaging.
I just thought it was like
Yeah,
impossible when I
really.
first tried it. I was like, can you win? Is this game broken?
Yeah, you can win easily, honestly. Back in the day, I was just mostly picking one of the European factions at random, basically, just starting omnidirectional war and conquering everything.
Yeah, I feel like that was
If
one of
you're
those
good with
games
heavy
where,
cav, you can just completely obliterate the AI.
well, that game has like some pretty amazing combat, but some pretty glaring exploits as well.
Yeah, some of the exploits are just, I mean, if you want to, you can just set the game timer to the shortest amount. Just let a single cav unit besiege a city, and then run in circles every game. But yeah, if you want to do that, then go ahead and press the win button. Also, that's a nice game for you. Press space bar to win.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's just, you can't exploit, but why would you?
Yeah. So,
just the
what do you think of the new ones, like the Warhammer ones and the?
Yeah, the Warhammer ones are pretty great. There's a few things I don't like. For example, the monetization. I really dislike just how DLC heavy they like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. They need a lot of work for the different models, but it's just, it feels a bit too much. When I compare back in the day, Medieval 2, you bought it, you got all the main factions immediately.
I'm going to exit out of this and restart it, but you keep going.
Okay.
You got all the main factions immediately, and then every small faction with their slight changes to the rosters of the main faction, you just got them as unlocked as you killed them in the campaign, and you got all factions unlocked immediately after you won a campaign, so...
Yeah. That did bother me too. I haven't really played a lot of the newer ones. I think the most recent one that I did was like either Shogun 2 or Rome Total War 2. Those were pretty good.
Yeah, the thing is, I didn't play too many of the Total Wars in between. Back in the day, as I said, Medieval 2, I played tons of it, but then I didn't really play too much of them. The modern ones, I don't know, I didn't feel like that would be a Total War. I mean, the main thing about Total War is unit formation and just getting the enemy outgunned, basically. But it doesn't work that well, I feel, if the army is fully ranged.
Right.
Full range armies just become completely weird.
Yeah.
You can have a heavy range focus, but you need something to just be able to run in there and beat them up if you are in melee.
Absolutely. I think I remember also like
Did you just restart the host?
Yeah.
Somehow when I went to load it, it didn't load up the last save. I just went quickly through it. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, so I'm still on the requesting hot join page.
Yeah. Cancel it.
Alright.
I'm typing it out right now again.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta cancel and then type it out. Okay. Alright, give me a second.
I was like, I don't have a fleet. What happened?
That's weird.
But yeah, basically that's why I didn't play too many of the in-between ones, but now again with Warhammer 3 Kingdoms, I had a bit of this bad feeling about some of the mechanics in the beginning, and from what I heard of it,
yeah.
I don't like the implementation of the dual mechanic, for example. That one is just like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. I like just from like an outside perspective, just the whole idea of the heroes and having them like running around being like super demigod units is kind of just like
Yeah,
I
it
don't like
works.
that. But
I
yeah.
didn't like it as well in Warhammer. It does kind of work out. It's just, it's a bit annoying in the campaign when the AI is fielding them all over the place. Though you have to. The thing is, what I really don't like about the new one is the replenishment. I don't
Mm,
feel like replenishment is a good mechanic for the campaign.
mm.
Because it means that if you win a battle, you have barely any loss from it, even if your army was half wiped out.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, half of your army is dead, but since you didn't lose a unit completely, well, yeah, in a few turns
So
it will be back to full strength. So the result is the AI needs to field ridiculous amounts of army that you need to chew through one after another for you
mm,
to actually be challenged, because a victory is a victory, regardless if it was a victory with 20% casualties or a victory with 50% casualties.
wow. Yeah, that could be a problem. I could see that,
Yeah,
yeah.
and to quote a certain thing, a certain person that one of the victory types was named after, if I have another victory like this, I am ruined.
Mm,
Pyrrhus,
yeah.
the origin of the Pyrrhic victories. It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you do
it's
not want a
just,
Pyrrhic victory. You do not.
yeah, but with the replenishment, it's just, yeah, it can be punishing in the beginning when you don't have set up, but later down the line,
Mhm.
you get somewhere about 30% of a unit's strength replenished each turn without any trouble.
Well, I mean,
Then it's,
the thing about the old Total War was it was always beneficial to not completely wipe out a unit, because you could then have the veterans like train up some new guys, but that would take a lot of time, you know? And it would be like,
yeah, it would slowly turn, or you need to actually go to a town and basically recruit as if you would normally recruit, and you had the limited recruitment numbers
Mhm.
back then. And yeah, you would use that up to refill your roster, but it's, yeah, and even that reduced the veterancy the unit had.
For sure.
Yeah, so now it's just, as long as the unit doesn't die, you didn't lose anything. Except for the next 1 or 2 turns. So
Yeah.
if you're not in immediate threat of being overwhelmed by 5 armies, but you can just go at them at your own leisure,
Mhm.
yeah, that's not really any downside to not winning it in a better ways. Yeah, and not any downside to winning it badly.
Right, right.
And the effect of that is, of course, that, as I said, the AI fields ridiculous amounts of
Mhm.
armies that
Mhm.
just doesn't feel fair, because
Right.
it's just, it's like a
It's
city-state fields 3 armies and you can afford 2 as your giant empire.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah, that just feels so bad, and the result of the AI having so many armies is the only way you can seriously compete with that is to have armies that can just chew through multitudes of armies without losses, instead of having efficient armies that can make certain they win.
Right.
So you end up just getting doom stacks that are either heavy, if you have high elite archer units or
Mhm.
artillery units, you're spamming those to just defeat the enemy before he can actually fight you.
Mhm.
Or, well, defeat him far enough that the few things that get to you are just killed without dealing much damage to you.
Mhm.
Or you're just fielding monstrous units that are so powerful that they are expensive.
Yeah.
But if you, in the campaign, you can just field a full stack of them and then just rush onto the enemy and just trample him.
Right.
It's like back in the day when you had the full general army. You just didn't give a shit about what the AI
Yeah,
had, you just
yeah.
let your 18 general bodyguards, best having come in the
Right,
game,
yeah.
charge and... Yeah.
Yeah, it always, that game was always like, yeah, just like basically like have your commander, just your general, just always dive in
Yeah.
and always risk their neck in
I mean,
ridiculous
back
situations.
then it was back then it was already the problem. The general bodyguards replenished.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just throw them in, have them deal a lot of damage because
Yeah.
they were an elite unit.
Yeah, like start of
And
the
you
game.
have no loss from it because, well...
Well, I mean, there was
replenished.
a certain risk your general might die, but then like
Yeah,
given
but
the
it
nature of the
was-
game.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
barely any risk. You got enough of them, and
Mhm.
if you had him in battle a little bit, he quickly got some traits that make him have extra boundings, and then he became basically immortal.
Right. Yeah.
So unless you really charged him into the lances at one-shot cuff, or you charged him into the midst of a spear guy stack and left him there, it was the
Yeah.
risk of your general
I mean-
actually dying.
11-year-old me definitely did that quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I killed a few generals back in the day, but yeah, back in the day I wasn't at 11 that I played it around 14, 15, so was a
Mhm.
little bit more experienced already, so it didn't charge it too much into suicides, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that both Winsley and I, when we first tried to play Medieval 2, I don't think we had like the mind to really understand the economics and really how to do that aspect of it well.
Yeah,
you know?
you didn't need to, because back then the difficulty wasn't as hard, but it was punishing enough for us because we just weren't as good at games.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the one thing I always feel like nowadays we always complain about games not being difficult, but I'm honestly not certain if the old games really were that much more difficult,
Yeah. I mean,
or
I've
if it
been.
just felt
yeah.
that way.
I've gone
agree.
back and played like part of the Halo campaign on like the hardest difficulty, and I'm like, this is easy. Like, I remember this being like a legit challenge. I mean, some parts for sure I'm getting stuck, but by and large. So I got some weird help message there.
Yeah, you probably used like the old thing. You sure you got the right numbers?
Oh, probably not. Let's see.
Yeah, of course, the obvious part is back then you didn't really have access to guides, so if you were stuck until you figured it out.
Hey, Winsley, is there a new code or is it the same code that Lev put?
It's the new one that he put in there recently after the
Okay.
Paper Mario thing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right.
But yeah, it's just there's obviously some things that just you really feel how back in the day, the old games, if you failed something, it told you failed usually by death.
Yes.
In the new games, well, you don't fall down and die. You fall
Well,
down
yeah.
and are back in an earlier part of the stage.
I mean, there's like a great example of that. Have you heard of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice?
Rings a bell, Hellblade, no.
It wasn't like a particularly amazing game in terms of the game mechanics, but it was really interesting because it was produced in a way where the main character has, I think it's psychosis, so she's like hearing voices and you can hear her whole experience. But one of the main game mechanics is that she's like going insane, and every time that she dies, there's this infection that's getting worse on her arm, which is like, you know, obviously symbolic of her mental health. But this thing keeps on creeping up further and further up the arm every time you die, and it's like told to you like, oh, if this gets all the way up the arm, game over. But it's not actually a mechanic like that. It's not like a cap like that. It's an illusion.
Oh, sad.
I know, right? Because it's like, that's an amazing mechanic and very creative and very
Yeah.
brave if they go for
mean,
that.
I mean, the Soul series kinda had it in the later parts. I mean, oh well, in the second part, people didn't like it much, though it was kind of brought back. So basically, you had in Souls, obviously, you're a hollow, you're basically like a zombie who still has his mind, but hasn't gone full hollow. You're not completely mindless yet,
Mhm.
but your body feels it, so you're just looking like a zombie, and you can restore your humanity with an item depending on which souls, it's a different one. But you can restore it, and then you're looking like a human again, and you get a little health boost in 1 and 3. And if you die, it's lost again, and you're back to the hollow one with the less health. In 2, they went a step further, and you didn't have just hollow and human. Instead, as you died, you hollowed. About 10% of your max health was gone. Until you were down at 50%, that's where it was capped. It was fully hollow fight basically.
Hmm.
And you could use the item to restore your health back to full. The important part is, in Souls when you die you're not reloading, you're back just to the last bonfire you rested at, and items consumed stay consumed. So
Right. Yeah, I had a student who was telling me about the Dark Souls games, and they're pretty cool how the game is designed and the mechanics.
Yeah, the two important parts the Soul series did right. First, it got the big old feeling of a fucking huge, threatening boss that comes there, hits you in the face and kills you, and you just run at him for a while, die to him for a while, until you pass him, and then it feels good to pass him because you killed that big scary monster that was in your way. Just the old style of actually defeating that giant monster. It feels good because you know, if it looks challenging, it is challenging.
Yeah, they did a really good job of like making like the art design just feel like very like, I don't know, like almost, I want to say gothic or like
yeah, that's the second part. It's a theme that back in the day people were afraid of because you can't make it original really.
Right.
It's the dark gothic cathedral style, dark town style. That's the artwork. Older ruins. You can't really make it original. You can't have the two.
It's been done a lot.
Too different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the very old style. One of the first things in gaming. Good old from pen and paper. Good old dungeon grinding. Just uncreative dungeon walls that you need to run through. Always repeating, always the same. That one, it got really, really outdone. It was too much of it, but they really managed to take that feel and double down on it. They gave you that oppressing feeling it creates, and they really maintained it and made you as the character and you as the player really feel afraid of the world.
Yeah, it's like almost like Lovecraftian, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of Lovecraftian in there, especially in Bloodborne. And the second part is, you as a player are actually a part of the cycle of the game. You're actually, as the player, the mind of your character, because as you keep dying and getting frustrated with the game, you continue to hollow until the part where you just give up and leave your character just standing there, a hollow shell of himself without a player controlling him.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's you giving up on the game because the world is too challenging for you is part of the actual lore.
Nice. I like that. That's pretty good. Oh man.
Because, well, you're just a hollow. I would really love to have some kind of hardcore mode, or, well, not really hardcore, but like, if you die in Souls, you basically you lose your souls. That's basically the currency, if you want. And it just, you need currency, experience points all in one.
Yeah.
Ah, of course, while we are on load screen, somebody joins.
Yes, you bend.
Hey!
So yeah, you lose them, but they aren't gone. Instead, at the place you died, there's a marker where you can recover your souls. And basically, it's kinda explained in a way that you're regaining them, and those souls basically keep your sanity a little bit if you gather the souls of people or other things. Yeah, so what I would really love is to have a semi-hardcore mode where you can die, but if you can't recover your souls before you die, because if you die a second time, the old ones are gone, then it's basically hardcore game over.
Right.
And then, when you start that mode again, your last 5 characters in that mode, they are standing where they died, and well, where they couldn't recover their souls, where they died for the second time, with their current gear.
Yeah.
That sounds cheesable.
Of course it's achievable, but it would be fun. It's not it's not the thing about it being challenging, it's just the thing about it feeling good, especially if you add in that in Souls, basically, you're always connecting to other players, but you're only connecting to a handful of other players, basically. Or, well, a handful of other computers. those you can see the summon signs from, those you can be invaded from. And you could add on that if you also have of those people the deaths, the last 5 deaths. Those people stand around in your world that you're currently connected to.
Is this supposed to be like a Souls-like?
Yeah, in Souls. We were talking about Souls, and it's basically something I would love for Souls to have as a kind of hardcore mode. So if you can't recover your souls, then there's your hollow of that character just stays in the world there for your next few characters.
Yep.
Oh, are we just gonna rehost it for event?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably better.
It's alright.
No problem. Glad to
Yeah.
have you here.
Yeah.
Yep, likewise.
So what do I need to do on my end for this? Nothing?
Just get back to menu and we will join again.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, it's loading on my end now, so it won't be long.
Same code as before.
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
you should know this by now. It changes every time.
Okay. So you'll post the code soon, yeah? Okay,
Yes,
cool. Yes.
it just takes time.
Yeah. Thank you, Lev.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think that like with the dying mechanics, like I think roguelikes, I really like that mechanic probably the best in terms of like immersion, but it can also be really, really frustrating, you know?
I mean, that option wouldn't be a good default, because it would be a bad game design thing if you had it on your
I'll be
first
right
character
back.
and you have a challenging part that kills you and
Mhm.
it gets harder.
Right.
That one isn't a good one, but it would be fun in the challenging mode for experienced players.
Yeah, because like a roguelike,
if-
it has to be accessible at the very beginning, and you
Yeah.
have to have a lot of content that's accessible without
Well,
getting
at
far.
least-
I don't
At
see
least
you
you need
two.
to-
I see you, Ben.
Yeah. You don't really need to be that accessible as Dark Souls showed. You can be challenging. The important part is that the actual gameplay is accessible, so it feels accessible to get a grasp on the situation, and it needs to feel fair.
Right.
You always need to feel that you died because you made a mistake, and not that it's an impossible challenge to solve.
Right.
Because
There
it's
should always
never-
be a solution for the player.
it's
Yeah.
in a roguelike, it's never about how can I possibly defeat this? I'm completely overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I would have need to done that, but I didn't manage.
Right. Exactly. That's why I really like Cataclysm
Oh.
Dark Days Ahead.
You guys
'cause
missed
you can
a-
just be as prepared as you want.
You missed a digit, that's why I don't see you yet.
Oh.
What? What is it?
Cool.
It was at 0.
Oh, at the very end.
Yeah, you did it twice, so the third time you're like, quick. This all makes sense now.
But yeah, it's also why the one boss I disliked the most about the original Dark Souls, the Capra demon with those 2 fucking doggies that always just randomly annoyed you and staggered you so the actual demon can hit you.
Ah,
Mhm.
Don't Capra demon. Bad memories.
yeah. So there's always something that
I
traps
just
you.
spent an entire afternoon on that guy.
Oh man, I just got Far Cry 5, and I'm a pretty big fan of the Far Cry series. So I turned it up onto the hard difficulty, and like there's this intro series where it puts you in a car and you have to like be driven around by an NPC and like defend the car, and I hate those types of missions, you know, where it just puts you and you don't have any agency or decision about how you go about approaching it. I died so many times. It was just so frustrating.
Yeah, I forget the name, but I hate them too.
Auto scrollers.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah.
The scrollers, the part where basically you need to move through with the level at a fixed speed, and
Yeah.
if you can't keep up with it, you die.
Right. Right.
The classics. There's a fire coming after you.
Yeah.
Kill stuff. Go, run, escape.
So E-Bend, we're gonna crush this AI here, hopefully. Take their stuff. And then submit to the Awakened Empire.
Mm-hmm.
I know I only got a handful more years until I can attack him again, but I think you've got a while.
I got a while.
I'll just take out their fleets again, and you can just wipe up the remaining things.
I don't think there's any hope for a federation in this galaxy.
I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah.
could federate.
Yeah. And the question is could we stand against them? The Marauders and the Awoken Empires.
Yes.
Yeah.
Left shall stand.
Well, the question is if we federate, would you still be able to go to war with this AI soon?
Hmm.
I think so. I'm not a super expert on that stuff.
The meta.
Special project complete.
Yeah, I can go to war in 29. So 5 years.
Spaceport under attack. Handshake protocols activated.
Sounds good to me.
We'll survive together. Can I increase the efficiency of
Special
my
project
foundry
complete.
outputs, or am I kind of stuck with the base stuff as a hive?
Yeah, as a hive, you're pretty stuck with it. You can't really do much flexibility on the planets.
There's like that one
The
building that
relic
increases
screen
your
allows us to
efficiency.
view and activate our relics, and also to enact decisions making use of minor artifacts.
The second tier of the consumer. Yeah, well, you need to first upgrade for the consumer and for the alloy building, and you can't get that one or a hive.
So sad. anybody propose the advanced science thingy that I tried to do once, but then it got voted down, so waste of influence.
Let's see. So is that resolution?
Advanced Xeno Studies. Yeah, under resolutions, unchained knowledge. Not have enough influence. I kinda started a lot of megastructures and habitats.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, a big mistake. Not really. I mean, I'm trying to make claims here.
So it's overall doesn't way too much of it anyways.
Station under attack.
I'm definitely having the rubber event.
Yay! We get to see the fight.
Let's see if it actually turns out to be the full one. Yeah, but
You haven't built any fleet, so it won't have that much to start with, will it?
depends if it is on the amount of fleet I have or if it is about the amount of power my empire has. My empire has a 670 alloy income.
Not bad.
Looking up which better ship designer.
Oh,
And
I'm
it
just about out of
updates
energy.
Design after a while. I'm no longer on tier 2 weaponries.
Research complete.
Oh yeah, you flooded the market with alloys, didn't you?
I think I did. 'Cause I needed to sell it. I'm trying to get the thing that bumps up energy production on the planets that actually have a decent number of districts for the generator districts. I'm hoping to like fix things that way.
Mm-hmm.
Psionic shields cost a lot of energy. About power.
Yeah.
And only fit 2 of them on there. Can't even fit a certain normal shield. Let's see how much. It's not really give much. Scientific revolution.
That's a good sign for things.
Some gateways are going to pop.
The Leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign idle governors, scientists, admirals, and generals.
Medic weight from fleet.
Maybe I shouldn't have assimilated all those people. The housing, ugh. Now we have to treat them like, you know,
Hive
human
world.
beings.
I don't need jump drive. I got Psy jump drives.
Battle commenced.
Battle commenced. What's going on here? What? Okay. Oh, I think it's pipe. Oh, I was attacking something, and now I completely forgot I was doing that.
Gateways.
Uh-oh. That would be a problem.
I need money.
Yeah. I need still to get my consumer goods and energy kind of stabilized is kind of what I'm finding.
Past that point, luckily. Oh god. Question.
Yeah.
The robots don't have souls. I'm a spiritualist.
AKA a bigot.
No. You're good. I believe, even though I'm a hive. I believe in you.
I mean, plants also obviously don't have souls. If at all, you have one.
It's a really good soul, though.
A lot of stability issues. I think it's because my consumer goods.
Yeah, if you don't have enough consumer goods, you are having some issues.
Yeah, I got some really low stability in a number of my places.
Research complete.
Can't wait to have my Dyson Sphere up. 200 days.
Wait to have my science lexes up so I can actually start with more stuff.
Oh, I need to vote for the. Oh, we haven't got
I knew it would Parser would go for it and just carry an emergency measure as soon as the current one is over, but I mean, the thing is, I need my influence soonish. So we'll get more mega structures to build.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mega cannons are good against Awaken.
Yeah, Awakened Empires are pretty heavy on the shield side.
I'm gonna set up a backup bastion at a pulsar checkpoint.
Then you actually don't want mega cannons on it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean in general on my ships.
Oh, I've been resettling the wrong people. There's specialists that need resettling.
Oh, you want to go for the lower tier guys if you can resettle, they're cheaper.
Yeah, but I think there's unemployed specialists. Should I move them or?
Yeah, if you can move them to somewhere where you will get specialist jobs soon, do it.
Okay.
Construction ships, zones. For some reason I can't build that station on top of the black box. I think I'm just gonna dismantle this.
Yeah, I got a lot of places that are revolting.
Uh-oh.
They're
The
revolting.
planets and sectors.
The chickens?
Chickens.
The chickens are revolting?
Sure.
I see you do not expose yourself to the wonders of Chicken Run.
No, I do not. But I am very
Believe
curious.
the chicken, believe!
I believe.
Energy, yay.
I don't know what this is. I feel like I'm joining a cult, but
Doesn't matter, believe.
It does if
okay.
I don't really care what it's about, just believe.
Sounds good.
What's good defense against them? What sort of shit you got? Missiles, arc, plasma, torpedoes. They're pretty well balanced in terms of offense.
Hey, you finally cleared out Shoshamar. Good for you.
Me?
Okenkali, yeah.
Oh yeah. Not that I'm gonna be able to develop it anytime soon. I don't think. I would
Yeah,
like
you got
to.
influence problems, huh?
No, I just have more of like I'm trying to figure out how to balance out my economy. I have, I think, a ton of Empire Sprawl, and I need to just take a planet and turn it into administrative bureaucratic center. You guys were saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think that that's my issue, is that I just like haven't had enough administrative things going on, and so like everything's just completely out of like whack, and like people are unhappy and we don't have enough of anything. It's not a good society.
I'm sure you can fix that.
We just need to trust with the tentacle.
Yeah. Trust with the tentacle.
I think I might need that mega shipyard now. Does it matter where I put it?
Well,
Oh, you
put
want a
some-
gate nearby.
Yeah, put a gate in that system and make certain it's not directly overrun when you get into a war.
Okay.
I usually just have it on my capital for reasons. I really feel there should be a buff building for the bureaucrats as well. I mean, they love sending it to the upper order.
Excellent.
Can I place this mega shipyard anywhere? Does it have limitations?
Oh boy. Cannot be identified, have them scrapped.
Dun dun dun.
I'm not gonna click on the additional unaccounted for robots, never hurt anyone. I'm not falling for that.
Why?
What could go wrong?
Another reason why I usually play the mechanist route. If everybody a robot is a robot, nobody's an unhappy robot.
It's very true. Until it's not.
I gotta say, I do like the robot empires in this game.
Yeah, they're pretty strong at the moment.
Yeah.
I do not like them because they're so strong at the moment. It's like you almost have to go for them. Just like,
Well, I mean, I like them more in the terms of like the idea of like the ones like the curators, you know?
Yeah, those are the robot empires. You mean the AI empires?
The AI empires, yes.
Yeah, there's the curators, the station, they are great. Structure ships. That bad.
We just need like another 6 years, and I'll have traditions more or less max.
Strategic coordinations, and let's get that one started. Once Fenerbahn is finished, I need a second AQ.
Do you really though?
Yes.
Ruby's saying
Yeah,
he
I
thinks
read
robots they got a massive nerf.
Oh yeah.
That.
Which I think is true,
So
but
makes
also they're
sense.
still very good, right?
I mean, they can both be true. There's a lot of aspects of this game.
Yes, I can fix it.
Oh, I can't take the Oracle as a leader. That's
Yeah,
sad.
I'm gonna get minus 10% research on all, but I'm fixed. The AI rebellion was coming.
That's good.
Wait for 1,000 days before I can declare an emergency measure. They fixed that one. You can't do every second. You can do an emergency measure with every second session.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to move populations around so
They're
we can have
fighting.
jobs.
Stop fighting!
Good luck on your war.
Yeah, I don't know if I really need it, but thank you.
Bring home some memorabilia. Who is it that the guys... What are they that you're fighting?
Yeah, you can click on them. Xenophobes, I think. Pacifist xenophobes.
Hmm.
Diplomacy screen is where we communicate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Looks like you've crushed them already, basically.
That was the last war, yeah.
Research complete.
Humans hate me. I've exhausted my society research options so far. I'm basically getting the thrall words every roll,
You would be.
and I don't want to bother with it.
Research complete. Research complete.
Need to get a matter decompressor up.
It's such a cool sounding thing, a matter decompressor.
Yeah, we're just at a black hole.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Suck up that black matter.
It's tasty. So I don't think they're gonna have many planets, if any planets after this. You may get a bunch of empty space soon. Here you.
That's unfortunate because I don't have really the influence, or I don't want to spend the influence on that. I want to get my matter decompressor up.
Mm-hmm.
But, where the fuck are you?
It's a mega shipyard thingy I want.
Oh,
Salvage
hello.
preserved.
Sorry, I just saw it in my chat. I haven't talked for a long time or looked at that. Are you guys still here? An hour in. Yeah, my Empire Sprawl is super the problem for sure.
Army.
Thank you, Roskol, if you're still listening. And Woofer.
This stuff.
Yeah, I think that my problem is just my Empire Sprawl. I just need to, like, basically just build more bureaucratic centers, I think.
Days, and I can pick my next ascension perk. Time to start getting work started on the big things.
Nice.
Funnily enough, it's neither gonna be a Dyson Sphere nor a Matter Decompressor immediately. Because I have enough of the 340 energy and 1,600 mineral surplus.
Oh, nice. Cool. Glad you're still here, Roskol.
Trying my best to get my...
Well, if you're floating anything, you can throw it my way.
Yeah, I'm not. I have a battleship design.
Just trying to do like some social engineering, trying to get people some jobs.
Could work.
I mean, it has before.
Get my Serpent Titan designs done.
Prophet's Retreat is now a high world. And they are not upset.
Nice.
Or would they possibly be upset?
They're already upset, basically.
Yeah.
Already fully upset. It's just...
There's no more rage. The rage machine is broke.
Hey, people are not unemployed. I have employment across the Empire. The tentacles have something to do.
So shipyard build me some Titans. And look at my... Damn, there's no Thoreau on the market. Eh.
No, Thoreau. Oh no.
So 92k there. Hive of the Slug. It's a pretty big navy there.
For this point in the game, no, not really.
For me.
Just wait a while till I actually start building one.
Yeah. I do have my independence guaranteed, though, at least.
Don't worry, I'm not attacking player in casual games.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they really upset me by getting some kind of system occupied that I really wanted to have, not being nice about it.
I mean, some plants are really shiny.
Yes, I know. As I said, it's one of the few reasons I actually attack player, and that it's just a small skill to get that system.
Right.
System survey complete.
Well, I've doubled my administrative capacity. I'm still not near where I need to be, but
Oh, nice. The shroud. Hey, plus 25% happiness from the shroud.
Oh, they do have a planet all the way over here, though. They're gonna still have a planet, just so you know.
That's fine. That is...
The tradition screen displays the tradition trees available.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I avoided the collapse of my empire, basically. There we go. Time to pick my ascension.
got a couple gateways going up there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you saw my gateway spam earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. That's a really cool thing that I haven't seen so much of in like other games. It's just like that ability to set up things that allow you to move around so fast compared to beforehand. Oh, thank you, Roscoe. Yeah. Still doing the teaching, doing the remote teaching.
Advance is about to be finished. I can finally start sending people there.
Yeah, I think that like people like it's weird with the teachers because like it's very polarizing. You either get like hated or loved. Because, like, I agree with you, definitely some people treat us very poorly, but then there's also got some people who just, like, are just so loving, it's all kind of insane on the other end.
You're calling them insane though, maybe they'll love you less.
Maybe. I mean, it's really nice, but then it's like, do I deserve this? Like, just straight off the cuff, so much trust. Or like they'll cross the line a little bit sometimes. Like there was some parents who, after parent-teacher conferences, were like, "Oh, our house is just down the street. Like, you want to have dinner over at our house?"
No. I'm sure your kid doesn't want it either.
Yeah.
Seriously.
What the fuck?
It was one of those times where I had like one of those reactions where I just like, I laughed, and it was kind of like a not a very nice laugh either, and like I immediately was like, oh, I just totally embarrassed them like a ton, but it was such a knee-jerk thing where I was just like, what did you just say? What? No.
Yeah, inappropriate.
Yeah. Where it's like good intentions. It's like maybe in a different time, but like in today's culture, that's just kind of weird.
I don't know. It's pretty weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird spot to be put in.
Answering.
Anomaly found.
But that's not as bad as the one time where I was like tutoring some student, and I got there. This was like before I was a teacher. I got to their house and they didn't realize that they had a tutoring appointment that day. They had forgotten, and they're like in the middle of dinner, and so they invited me to sit down and have dinner with them, and I was like, so are we doing the appointment? Like, what's the deal? Like, yeah, why don't you just have a plate first? It was like the weirdest thing ever. And then I got like cornered and lectured on like the credibility on creationism. It was like, oh god, here I am trying to be polite, you know, and like I'm also like trying to survive as a tutor in this community. Oh man, that was like the most awkward meal I've ever had.
So, since you brought it up, what is your stance on creationism?
Ouch.
It shouldn't be in the classroom. Shouldn't be in the classroom.
That's the stance I can get behind.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make sure that students feel respected and their beliefs and their systems don't feel like under attack, because that's a surefire way to get them to shut down and not learn. And so I try and start with a conversation around like what is knowledge and what is a belief system, and how do those two systems operate, and like strengths and weaknesses of the two systems, you know. And so I kind of try and get them to look at like, hey, I'm not saying that you can't believe anything, I'm just saying that we know things culturally, and that those two things don't have to be.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm just saying that there's known information that would easily disprove
I'm just
this.
saying,
We're
bring me a reason why it exists, because there are reasons why it can be true.
Right. It's not that you're wrong, it's that we're right as far as we know it, and there's not been sufficient
It's not
evidence.
that you're not allowed to think that, it's just that you need to prove it's possible, or keep it in your mind.
Right. And that it should not be put on an equal platform.
Pedestal.
Yeah.
Anomaly
Yeah.
found.
Alright. budget. I'm tired of having 80 fleet cap.
And it was awkward because like the dad was like trying to like kind of cover for me, trying to like get me out of the conversation, and was also trying to like kind of find a middle ground, you know. And so we were fine.
He's diplomatic about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the
that
usual
was fine.
thing of- the usual point of just, nah, we're not gonna discuss it with somebody who is trying to argue.
Right.
Sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that on the one part, I'm not gonna go and insist on it, but I'm also not gonna accept that he's bringing arguments against it.
Right, exactly. And it was fine, and it was like totally a good relationship through the end. And I worked with them plenty after that. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, now I know something more about the dynamics and whatnot. It was like also as a biology major, they were like, oh, what are your thoughts on this, you know? And it's important to like
Yeah.
talk to people who have different viewpoints on things. But it's really awkward because then it gets to points where it's like there's something that I could say that would absolutely
Construction
wreck
complete.
your argument, but I know you would be offended by it, you know. There's that awkward situation where it's like there's something that I would like to not share with you because I want to maintain the relationship, you know. Or like I
mean, I would
professional
phrase
sometimes.
it like this and
Research
be like, well, I
complete.
read an interesting thing that you might want to look into.
Yeah.
And just like point them in like one very specific thing, like against creationism, be like maybe the birds and what is the fucking
The finches.
yeah, the finches on the
Research
Arpeggio.
complete.
Yeah, the archipelago.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Maybe just like not outright feed it to them, but just like show them where they can probably find information that would
Yeah.
challenge it and let them come to their own conclusions about it.
Well, the hard thing is that like whenever people talk about this, it's like it really what it comes down to is like how we get information and how we qualify a source as credible, you know, and where these people are getting their information and how can we look at those sources and determine if they're credible. Like people don't really have that skill set, you know.
Or they don't
Just-
apply it to certain things.
Yeah.
They're not accepting the fact that there is a type of knowledge, and usually it's just like, oh, but I can't do that myself.
Right. It's
Well,
like
here's
there's a lot
something
of
that
public.
you can do myself.
Yeah.
Question yourself.
But it's funny because everyone's like, oh, just go on the internet, get information, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's great, but like,
What kind of information you getting?
yeah, and how are you able to figure out who paid for that information to get put out there?
Yeah.
You know, like that really is what it comes down to.
Yeah, especially if the people are just using fancy stuff that you can disprove, like the classic, I don't know which type of scientific inquiry they always use as a term they are using when
System survey
flat
complete.
Earth. The thing where you not say you don't go at it with a theory, then make an experiment to prove. a
Oh,
different
scientific
theory.
method.
Yeah, the scientific method. That's the normal one. But
Right.
there's the other one where you just say, oh, I'm not making theories, I'm just observing, and then from
Mhm.
that I'm creating a complete model.
Yeah,
it still
that's
doesn't.
so
yeah.
biased.
No,
biased.
it isn't biased in fact. You get to the same conclusions with it, it's just not, you can't directly research something.
Yeah,
The
well,
problem is,
Not
they're
all
using
situations
that thing,
are
but
applicable.
they're not applying it. Don't just because you say the main point is you're observing something and then you're finding the easiest explanation that is still allowed, that is
Yeah.
still
Convenient.
confirming to every other observation you made. But
Right.
that's the point. Every other observation, not every other conclusion. Because well, if you make an observation, come to the conclusion the Earth must be flat. Then you make an observation that says the Earth can't be flat. That's the simplest solution. Yeah, you're making the simplest solutions from all the data you have, not from just
Right.
That piece of data.
Mhm.
yeah. You're not accepting every other conclusion you made as fact.
Yeah.
You can
I mean,
still
the unfortunate thing
challenge
is,
yourself.
whenever you ask a scientific question,
Yeah, they're just
There-
going
there
on.
is
I'm
something
offended,
going
I'm
on.
offended. Yeah, it's the problem.
yeah.
Just saying that you are disagreeing with me, like it's giving them some point of some ground with it. Saying I'm offended in the end just says I don't like what you're saying. It's not saying anything else.
Right.
Well, there's also the fact that a lot of people latch onto these because they want to feel special and different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a
also.
culture. There's definitely a huge cultural aspect to a lot of these things.
Construction complete.
Oh, habitats. Should I make you into habitat worlds?
Yes.
Research complete.
Which is also kind of interesting because if you think about it, there's a lot of cultures that are discussion and argument based in like how they think about things. And like a lot of people think of that as like a very important part of science, but it can also be like it can get in the way like a lot of the time, you know, because like
There are some things you cannot discuss.
yeah, and then
Or,
It's-
or
Construction
if we value
complete.
it too highly, then nothing becomes conclusive.
Yes, you need to be able to just accept the fact that you can't prove everything
Research complete.
yourself. Sometimes you need to rely on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just have everybody do a certain experiment at home.
Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to check things. I want to be able to give them
Yeah.
the power to be able to check that stuff freely and be able to know that I have that option and there's other people who've done it and have confirmed it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with because when I taught evolution, I ended up having this one thing with some of the students where like I was like, okay, I know that I'm in a pretty religious, pretty conservative community in Oregon. I need to make sure that I am not upsetting the community too much, but also doing my job, you know? And I want the kids to be able to learn the material. And so I did that conversation with the kids just beforehand. I didn't do too much else with it, but then like would chime in and kids would ask some stuff and, you know, try and be respectful, but also clear as to know that that is not something that I can really attest to because it's not something that I can confirm, you know?
You can simply say it's like, hey, I don't hold that view, or I can't really explain it because I
Mhm.
don't
System
know
survey
it.
complete.
Mhm,
You
my-
know.
it's outside my credentials.
Research complete.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine for teachers to admit that it's not something that they're well versed in.
Like if I had some professional development in that
Handshake
area,
protocols
then I might be more
activated.
comfortable. But I don't, and I don't think anyone's gonna pay for that anytime soon, you know?
I hope that comes in useful.
Handshake
very
protocols
much will.
activated.
Domo arigato. How do you say thank you in French, Robert? Do you remember still?
Oui, oui, français. Baguette.
Yeah, that's probably better than what I can remember.
Beautiful.
I mean, isn't mercy thank you? I can't remember.
Merci.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How the hell did I just find the militant isolationist now?
Well, they're not going. Better question. How have I still not found the Caravaneers?
That actually means they're really good at being isolationists.
Research
They
complete.
have a reason for you not to meet them. The Caravaneers want to meet me.
Oh, you wanna meet Caravaneers? They're down here in the middle of the area between me and the Harmonious Confederacy.
You guys, I have positive energy.
Oof.
I have
Is that
positive
because
energy.
of me?
The Harmonious
Wait, how do I
sent
upgrade the
them
Mega?
join us,
Wait,
weren't
what? Oh, there it is. Sorry, what?
The Harmonious guys were
Construction complete.
necessary and joined us. Are.
They're between me
I know
and
the Tesekians, yeah.
yeah.
I'm sending ships there. Luckily you got gateways.
Yep.
Mm.
Come on in. Bring some money. Spend it on our truest trap.
Oh, we both spend money there, don't you worry.
And the real tourist trap is the
System
tentacles.
survey complete.
We all know that.
Yeah, emphasis on trap there.
Hey, Roscoe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to hide that one. While I agree with you, I totally agree with you. I can't have language like that in chat. Oh man, I finally feel like our economy is finally sorting itself out.
I mean, I'm trading you a bunch of consumer goods right now.
Yes, I think that that's a big chunk of it. That is a huge chunk of why I'm actually.
If anyone
alive.
has excess food, I'd appreciate like a 10 per month.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
I'm not gonna give you a 10 per month, but
How about one?
enjoy.
Research complete.
He's sending you the magical food.
Thank you. Thank you for your charity.
I can't promise you it's not made out of biologists. I can't promise you it's biological.
I don't
Yep.
care where it comes from. I will eat everything that is available.
Remember, these are from the plant-like trees.
Like I said, we have digestion pits that just break it down into basic components. Just into the pit it goes.
Just don't look next to your nuclei.
Mhm.
Oh, one more Owen Colley fun fact. In their chest, they have a cavity that has all these little... It's like a honeycombed cavity that has all these little...
Honey oats.
Yes. It's delicious. It's like that. Remember that cereal? No, it's like they have a single cell of every single organism that they've ever came across in each one of those honeycombs, just suspended in there. So they've got like thousands of different organisms just compiled in their
Just
chest
waiting to
cavity.
be stolen. Give me one of your pops.
They got a little library, and then they just kind of pick and choose from that library, basically, and then they genetically engineer.
Whoa. My UI game. My
Yeah.
UI glitched for a second.
You got a planet over the solar system, over the galaxy.
It was in the. This one was something that I haven't seen before. It was in the UI of the planets, and all of the things just temporarily had more options on top of them. Like I could upgrade things that aren't upgradable.
Super upgrades.
Yeah, and also everything was turned off, even though I did not turn them off. But it was just for a second.
No, I can't afford it. Let me just quickly sell some 30k minerals, and it's a deal.
Man, my borders are so ugly and I can't fix them because of the Awakened Empire.
That's unfortunate. Oh wow, I have someone who's like 150. Yeah. They're a level 8 governor. Also, I think I'm kind of ready for them.
Oh no, Ring Worlds.
Yes, yes. I'm starting the big things now.
I already have 2 sections of mine fixed. And
Yes,
I'm gonna
that's-
just put a pause on that until I can secure my
Alright,
borders.
since I don't have anything better, I'm not now actually gonna do a thing just for the research strongholds.
I wish we could like choose what weapons got put on.
Yeah, I should really be able to set a preference.
Yeah.
So, like with ring worlds, like I remember like with the Halo ring world, that's not around the sun. So like
It's
that's
a lot smaller.
yeah. Like
If
that.
you think about it, the ring worlds of this size,
Mhm,
that sort of like effect that you see of the rim world like a fading away to distance, it
mhm.
would be so much smaller. It'd be closer to like just a thin line
Right.
going up the horizon.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It'd be essentially flat, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it would look flat up close, and then it'd just be a really radical square root function.
Yeah. I wonder how much atmosphere you would have, because that would affect it, you know, as to how far you can
Oh no,
really
you'd
see.
have more atmosphere. Arguably, it just depends on how fast it's spinning,
Mm,
because it depends on the gravity will depend on the centripetal force,
mhm.
quote unquote, because that is not technically a force.
Right.
It also depends on the mass of the rings, but that could
No,
cancel
the
out to a certain amount.
The centripetal force, it's translated weird, is actually the force. The centrifugal is the one that's fake force.
Centrifugal.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, that sounds right. I remember this. I think the important thing is that we understand the difference between the two, you know?
Yeah.
It's like one of
Whenever
those
you-
names things.
Whenever you want to actually write something technical, you know where to look it up.
Exactly. Which is so annoying as to like how we assess things just off of memorizing things that you would normally look up. It'd be nice if we spent some of that time teaching people how to, I don't know, look into the mission statement of a company and like find out funding.
Oh, I should make a bunch of Cyprex Warforges.
Just for funsies.
For invasion. They take a long time, and even though they're high collateral, it will be a bit of a pain on their ancient worlds. I'll just like separate them out for that
Mm.
and work on making
Spend
a
most
lot of
them on a bunch
armies.
of pirate. So petrol the few systems that actually still need it.
Okay, so that awakened empires turned them into subjects.
Research complete.
So what I think I'm gonna do, maybe, is declare war on the Wiccan Empire.
What?
As soon, not now, but like eventually, have them try to break through. Shit, where does that?
The species
wormhole go?
rights list allows
Yeah,
us
there's
to
a
customize
wormhole
the
that goes
citizenship.
right from their space into Mirrors.
Mirrors.
Mirrors is one of the ones I have. MIRCE.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I don't. Okay, if they send their fleets that way, that's a long trip.
Yeah, that's very
So-
true.
System
And I don't
survey
know if
complete.
they have their borders open to. Oh, that's where they have. Oh. Okay. They do not have the closed borders to the Fallen Awakened. All right. Come here.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, things are a lot more stable for me now.
I'm glad.
I think last session I was literally like clicking through the like the black market like half the time.
Well, that's for me usually in the beginning after I get my first colonies online.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The whole universe except for 2 people are against this. You will win!
Sorry, what?
On the Senate floor.
Oh.
Construction complete.
Yes, yes, workers' rights. The first one doesn't really give anything big, just a bit of worker happiness. And a bit of worker political power, but who cares?
Exactly, so why don't you stop opposing it and join the right side of history?
Exactly.
We are.
Uh-huh.
Fine. You convinced
Hey.
me.
Besides, you don't even care about political power when Slayer. Your people don't have it.
Yeah.
If anything,
Yeah, he
it
doesn't
does
care
nothing
about-
to hive
The
minds.
only thing, the only
Ouch.
thing you're getting from that is that empires with a lot of pops get more political power.
Yeah,
You have 1,800 pops.
yeah.
They're still higher than me because my robots don't have extra growth speed.
Wahaha, wahaha.
I only have a lot of planets and most of them only got settled recently. Oh well, comparatively.
Yeah.
They are still pretty full, but...
Yeah, I was a little worried because when I first looked at the map, I didn't realize that the Crusaders was a different color than the lower part of the map. I thought like all that green was one empire. I was like, oh god.
Yeah. That would be ridiculous.
Alright, let's actually get a fleet.
Uh-oh.
My energy is gonna tank.
We're entering that phase of the game where Lev actually makes a fleet.
Should I be
How
concerned?
many battle ships I actually queued now? 48.
Yeah, Mega Shipyard will get through that fast.
Nah, I'm using it on my normal shipyard since it has a plus experience and I don't need them quickly.
Spaceport under attack.
Oh boy, never
The
mind
Grey
that.
Tempest.
Oh lord.
Where's the nearest
Never mind what I
L
just
gate?
said.
Should I be worried?
They're kind of
Yes.
scary. And
Yeah.
I think we got this on a relatively high thing. I don't know if I have any things in my space.
I know I don't have an L gate in my space, but I'm gonna check where the nearest ones are.
Is there a button for that?
No. But
Of
Mega
course there are.
Shipyard,
Handshake
I just
protocols
want to
activated.
queue my battleships over to you. Get them
Right.
built.
Special project complete.
Oh, it's
Fortunately, I have gates that let me like traverse most of my system, so it'll be to the nearest L gate that threatens me in like half a year. But still,
on. Yeah, same for me. All my exits.
Mineral
are
extraction
gated.
platform lost.
Okay, Tempest. Oh, I'm seeing some Tempests. Yep. That's
Uh-oh.
yeah.
It's usually the easiest way to check, to just check for nearby enemy fleet signs.
Yeah.
Remember to check beyond your gateways. Your wormholes as way. Well,
Okay, so yeah, my curators are right by them.
no, protect
only
the
32, only 34,000.
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Well-
I'm not seeing them yet.
I literally like don't think I can defend myself, so still trying to get my administrative
that
offices built.
is your problem,
Yes, it is.
Mr. Tentacles. Also, if you're Tentacles, why is there like a furry as your leader?
We really like the otter people apparently. I don't know. I think I got them through an immigration treaty. I don't even know what immigration treaty I got, to be honest.
Sure, but why is he the leader?
I mean, there's plenty of Owen Colley
It's cuddly.
in him. Trust me.
Constantly, I assume. See the
System
speed
survey
when he's
complete.
just Tentacles. all the time.
I mean, you know about ventriloquists, right?
I see. He's your little hand puppet.
Perhaps. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna get crushed over here.
Where is the? Do you have an L gate?
I have an L gate in the upper left-hand part of my empire. It's like pretty near the border between
I see
the Hive
it.
and the Slug. Yeah.
Well, you better start building up your fleet.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Right now, I have a fleet strength of 500. Or no, I don't. No, that's not true. It's 1,000.
Well, yeah. It's time to do something about that.
Yeah, gonna start building some ships.
Research complete.
The left Ecumenopolis is officially full now. at 302 pops.
How much are you making in terms of alloys? That's the real question.
A surplus of 1,400, a total of 1,700.
Wow.
Benevanus has also started production.
I gotta get more alloy foundries, it looks like.
No, Foundry District. Use no Foundry this day.
No, me. I'm a hive. I thought we'd said I
Established
don't
this.
have that, right? Yeah.
So these guys are just wrecking through my territory. Should I be worried about my planets? Are they gonna mess up the planets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are they? I'm so confused.
They're gonna destroy the planet named after that scientist event. It's gone. It's like honestly, like, I can't do anything to defend it.
Well, I can. Where are they?
They're up at
Tell me now.
Dongar. The Grey Tempest has a fleet in Dongar going to attack Haram. You know,
Okay, I see them.
yeah.
I can go to Dongar.
Or
Okay, how do
actually-
I send my ships into the L cluster? Do I need to open it myself? Do I need to
You
wait?
need to research, you need to have travel, and you need to have a science ship there and jump.
Construction
Got it.
complete.
So gateway travel, so you can jump and then.
Wait, no, what? Oh, they need to go. They need to go to that place. Is what you're saying. They need
Yes,
to
you
make a trip.
You
Explore.
obviously can get through the L gate via L gate. You can't go through a normal gate. It's their own. It's the Otis. It's their own.
They've got really good
Spacebound
firewall.
science platform lost.
It's their own network.
Yeah.
You can't just jump into the oil pipes, the output of an oil pipe from a water pipe.
I like
Unless
that.
something is very wrong.
I mean, all I'm saying is like when I turn on my microwave, it interferes with my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because they are both using electromagnetic waves.
So what's the L gate using, and
How
what's the other thing
come
using?
you got never mind. You had an archaeological site that you never looked at, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think I have looked at some of them, but when you look at them, you like click on them and it gives you like, yeah, like view site. I've done that one.
You need to put a scientist on there.
On the one that's like flashing now. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One that's like free once we deal
These
with
are
this.
unknown
Yes.
spacefaring entities. We can learn more about them.
Okay.
I don't see the L gate that the ones in Dongar came through. Where is it?
It's in a black hole just down to the left.
Zaku
Oh,
Cannon.
and
I guess I
suddenly
never
my
went
energy
there.
is shit
Yeah.
again.
That was previously owned by me, so.
I have no idea how that could have happened. My energy is shit because I'm paying 700 ship up.
So what is the Grey Tempest? I like honestly didn't even read the thing that popped up.
They're nanites. They're
Yeah.
The Grey
If you-
Goo.
if you- Yeah, if you have watched Stargate, then it's there. It's where it's basically adapted from.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that show. I know that Winsley, you were pretty into that back in the day.
Oh yeah, he's talking replicators.
Mm-hmm.
Research
If y'all
complete.
don't mind, I'm just gonna claim the L gate cluster.
Go for
I
it.
don't really have access to it, so go for it.
I guess I can't really compete with you.
Also, if somebody has a L gate somewhere near a gateway, I'm gonna cleanse it.
I remember like in high school there was the there was this one website that I started reading a lot of. It's like a comedy website, and they were going on about nanites
Special
and
project
like the
complete.
danger of nanites. It was like, I think it was called Cracked. It used to be like a magazine or something, and they had a whole series of articles about how we will all die to nanites. And it was like, I was so horrified.
Yeah, that was. I remember reading that and being like, "Oh, actually, this is something that we should be concerned about."
Yeah, this could be over in a blink of an eye.
Yep, basically.
So basically, I just need to shut down their thing and find it, right?
It's always in the triple sun thing.
Triple sun.
The triple sun. Now that sounds pretty cool.
There's 2 triple suns.
Yeah, the upper one.
Construction complete.
You mean that there should be like only one out?
Handshake protocols activated.
We're gonna make the council 2 sides. What?
Well, I didn't propose it, but I approve it. Now that I'm in position.
The Galactic Council has been established. An election will begin, and the members with the most diplomatic weight will gain council positions. Council members have an
So,
increased
what's
diplomatic
this
weight
thing that's going
and can push a
through
proposal
council
to the
size
Senate
to
floor
2?
as an emergency resolution.
It's currently at 3.
Yeah.
I see. So
I
who's
think you guys should just vote up Advanced Xeno Studies, which I just proposed for 200 influence. Hopefully it gets through this time.
Yeah, I'm supporting
You'll-
it
if
right
you-
now.
They can only vote on one thing, so you can push back. You can filibuster, basically.
Calling in a favor, making your like votes count more. Yeah, it's just like how the real world works.
It's actually really weird the way it works, because like their vote still counts, and whatever they want, it just gives you part of their power towards your vote. Which,
Okay.
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's just the easier way to implement it.
Hmm. Well, what can we do to the people who are being bombarded by nanites? Should we give them
Well,
some...
we're already cutting off their source,
Okay, for sure.
and they're not gonna like keep coming in.
Yeah.
As long as
Handshake
I like
protocols
defend terminal
activated.
egress, which I'm not, because I'm going in for the kill.
Yeah, go ahead for the kill,
After
man.
he's done with the kill, they are getting destroyed everywhere.
Migration
Yeah.
treaty. I'm gonna get
It's
some
like
more...
Independence Day.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, somebody is going for the core of the hive mind. You know, if the hive mind has no hive mind,
If there's no mind for the hive, then they're just the hive, or something like that.
yeah, they're just a hive of biomass.
And it's not even biomass; there's just little metal things.
That was weird. Just got like a bunch of like noises there. Could someone say something real quick?
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just had like some USB noises, like things that disconnected, reconnected. I don't know.
How much is in their like defense of the mothership?
Never actually killed it myself. Somebody else always went for
Oh,
it and wanted to claim it.
Jensen,
It's a bit.
the game
It's
is
probably
going
more than
good.
you think.
We're
The game
basically-
sounds weird.
Oh, the game sounds weird.
No, I was saying, what did you say?
Oh
I'm
no,
confused.
me.
Yes.
Oh, there was someone who was asking it how the game was going. I was just saying, like, basically, we got the Grey Tempest coming in, attacking us.
It's not the worst thing that could happen
No.
at this point in time.
I think we'll be able to wipe it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send all 1K in. Don't worry, I got you covered.
You gotta work on your builds there. You
Okay.
only have 1K?
Okay.
Only 1K.
It's 1.5. Okay.
Are you still using the auto designer? You are, aren't you?
I am. Yeah. I've just been trying to take care of other things. It's been pretty low on my priority list. Actually, I need to upgrade them as well when I have an upgrade.
Yeah, that would help a little.
I haven't really been going for the military techs either, you know?
The faction screen gives an overview of the populace's political leanings. Be aware that shifts in the social-political
It's hard to
climate
hear
may
that.
give rise to
We're
factions.
so far in the game.
Details
Most
on
games would be over
Okay,
at this point.
why can't I like move my fleets? Can't conglomerate my fleets.
Did you have a site? Wait. Yeah, you always need to send the science ships because it's a nebula.
No, I know that. I'm just trying to like move my fleets together. You know, like shift ships between.
But so, do you want to use them as one, or do you want to
What?
time to go for some quick hunting?
You're taking
Yeah, my
the,
game is glitched.
You going the scenic route?
What? Oh, what happened?
I have the menu popped up to add a Corvette to a science ship.
Ooh.
Okay, that's so.
That
Let's
gives
go hunt some Yankee matriarch.
Yeah, instead of assigning a leader, it lets me assign a Corvette.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is very
Okay,
special
cool.
Corvette.
Yeah. Okay, how do I break out of this?
You train the Corvette?
Yes, of course.
I'll train the Corvette.
Or
Well, it's 11 right now, so we'll just deal with it another time.
The Corvette is 11.
No, it says in the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I effectively stagnated my entire economy because I didn't have enough administrative buildings, because now I'm doing
Research
much better.
complete.
It's just way out of whack, you know?
that makes sense, totally.
It's perfectly possible.
Yeah.
Like, just to keep it in perspective, like my Bastion planets against the Fallen Empire,
Mm-hmm.
each 1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just the armies.
Right. So what you're saying is that your army is against my my navy, and just that.
My navy, my army is technically stronger than your navy.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Seriously, fuck bureaucrats. Apparently, me killing the Yankee matriarch is still a violation of law.
Oh yeah, because we have them.
Yeah, I was actually doing it just to check that out. Well, partly.
Construction complete.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
Research
What
complete.
do I need a planet for?
Ships upgraded.
Yeah, I got myself a few 100k fleet power.
Nice.
I'm scared. What is a few? Are you saying 200, 300, or more?
Essentially con 250.
Not cool.
I told you I'm not worried about the Awakened Empire.
You've got plenty of alloys too. You're ramping up now.
Yeah,
Got
it
it.
was just a single bout of full alloy.
I
I'm
need
already halfway
anchorage,
full
too.
again. What do you think is on all my stations?
Anchorages.
Yep.
Apparently, the pirate fleet in one of my right by one of my planets, it's just been getting shot at by the station that's like by my star, and I just totally forgot to like actually take it out when I killed the actual fleet.
Oops.
Yeah, kind of easy to miss that on the overmap.
Send it to the moment you get the message.
Mm-hmm.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, I've got over 2k, guys.
Scared.
Watch your border.
Wow, did you like build a battleship or something?
Research
Or like a
complete.
cruiser.
I'm actually, I think, just researched cruisers.
Ooh, buddy. Is there just one fleet running rampant around?
Honestly, no. I think that they're just sticking above that planet, Raoul
Okay.
Hawkins' planet. You know,
Let's wrap up soon because I am glitched and I can't explore the last system because they killed my ship with the scientist and I can't assign a Corvette.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, I hope we can fix it when we come back. I'm not sure if it actually will.
I think it's a status thing because I'm getting this weird overlay where all of the fleets that I selected are surrounded by green except for one, which is surrounded by red, and that didn't happen before. And I think it happened because I tried to move around a science ship that it was panicking. So
Alright.
yeah, hopefully that'll fix it. Otherwise, you know,
Problems.
there'll be issues.
My brother will get it.
Yeah, that's fine. I can have it. He doesn't run fleets anyways.
Exactly. You have nothing to
he
worry
can-
about.
And then he could just become a tributary of Lev and, you know, protect himself that way.
Beautiful.
No. Galaxy's turning against
Oh,
me.
become
I mean, you
tributaries
could
of-
literally become a tributary of you too, if you prefer. Fight over him.
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
Who
What are your
needs the
offers?
tentacles the most?
Question.
I
honestly, he
mean-
could probably become a protectorate of Windslayers.
Construction complete.
Yeah. Well, Winsley, you could assimilate some of my units if you go for that ascension perk. It's a hive, right?
Yeah, I could.
Intriguing.
Oh, God.
Right now I'm just cycling leaders to get somebody I like.
For sure.
Alright, I have other stuff to do today, y'all.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Yeah. I'm ready to go too whenever others are.
Yeah, give me a second and I'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Just put it on slowest for a bit then. Can actually get my empire in a state where not half of it is marked red. Usually it is. Those pops are popping up.
Excellent.
Oh man, that planet is at 85% devastation.
You need to rescue it.
Uh,
Granted, it's not going to immediately collapse once it hits 85, but you need to do something soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know you were in such dire. I thought they took care of the fleets, and okay, I would have sent something over.
It's fine.
Which system?
Tak Haram.
Oh, it's gonna take me 400 days to get
Y'all
there.
should dump alloys if you have on the market. The price has gone up.
Give me a second, just resettling currently.
Research complete.
All right, we can wrap up here.
There you
Sounds
go,
good.
price destroyed.
I'll give you a second to buy if you need to buy.
Oh, you need some alloys on the market, you said?
If you want to sell alloys on the market.
Yeah, I had some excess. I think you'll be able to use it far more efficient than I will.
Dude,
Oops, yes, cloning bats, we need those. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, extending the work shifts did a good deal for my energy income, plus 400. 10% worker output and 10% slave output.
Nice.
So an additional 0.8 energy per slave.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want to vote for that thing.
It's something I did with my not policies, what's it called? Edict?
yeah.
It's one I saw, I actually got a ton
Here,
of other options
empire-wide
there.
edicts, practices that can be enforced by spending some of our resources, can be enacted.
Tutorial. Would have to drop nerd. Oh, not yet. I still have way too many minerals to actually use up.
Yeah, I actually haven't even looked at the edicts in forever.
They're good stuff.
That's interesting how they.
Very funny ones.
Well, it's like I'm not used to like the whole exotic gases being used this way. When it used to, you know how like they used to just give you an effect if you had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you have to enable them through here. Through the edicts.
Yeah. There's also some policy things that you can do.
You don't have to enable them through the edicts, but the edicts are one of the ways how you can use them.
Okay. So Winslet, did you get it saved?
Yeah, everything's all saved up here.
Alright,
Alright.
cool.
See y'all next week.
Yep, it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
See ya.
Ships